Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Cardi B is getting roasted on Twitter left, right, and center because people are waking up to see things for what they are, and people are realizing that Cardi B talks a lot without paying much attention. And because she has won a few lawsuits, she has the behavior of a bully, and the bullying behavior that she has, it doesn't stand with a lot of people. So, as you guys can remember, I did a video talking about Cardi B, going off on Alex Bruesewitz, because Alex Bruesewitz said the people that Cardi B is affiliated with, those people have basically allegedly started a bot hoax campaign against Nicki Minaj, right? And you guys remember I showed you screenshots of that, and Cardi B clapped back saying, she's not affiliated with such people, and Alex Bruesewitz is a dirty wet dog and she's gonna sue his ass. But then Alex Bruesewitz came up with receipt and showed that Cardi B was in fact associated with such people, and Cardi B was at her tour, at the start of her tour, in a photograph with one of such people. So when Alex Bruesewitz came with the receipts after Cardi B said he's gonna sue his ass, Cardi B then retracted her statement saying that she cannot keep up with all the people that her team have invested in or is affiliated with, right? So she threatened Alex to sue Alex because Alex was speaking the truth, but Cardi B was the one who was in the darkness to what Alex was talking about. And Cardi B did not reach out to her team to say, hey, are you guys by any means possible so associated with Cyabra? No, she didn't do that. She said, I dare you. There's no one that I'm associated with or affiliated with who is associated or affiliated with Cyabra. And then Alex showed receipt that actually, I can't remember his name, but it's something of the sort G. And they showed the photo of Cardi B and the guy. Alex came with his receipt. No, honey, when I tell you that they're coming for Cardi B, they're coming for Cardi B. So an attorney basically picked up that, and I think this might be Alex's attorney, right? So his name is Joseph D. McBride. He's an attorney from the McBride law firm. They are located in New York City and Dubai. They do a lot of representation, criminal reforms, human rights for justice, and all of that. So they represent a lot of people and they support people against bullying, right? So after Cardi B threatened to sue Alex Bruesewitz, Joseph D. McBride made a post on Twitter and he tagged Alex Bruesewitz and he tagged Cardi B and he said, Dear I am at Cardi B. I am Alex Bruesewitz lawyer. I am introducing myself because you utter the magic phrase, I am gonna effing sue. He further states, Alex has done absolutely nothing wrong. But if you want a legal battle, I am here for it. Let's effing go. He has LFG, which means let's fucking go, right? So he's telling Cardi B that his client did nothing wrong. You said you're going to sue my client. But I'm going to be very honest. I'm not the hypocritical one, and I don't care what side of the political fence any of these people are. But I hope Alex sues Cardi B. You know why I hope Alex sues Cardi B? People love to disrespect people and call people nasty names. I'm not talking like the little funny names and the little funny aliases. You call that man a dirty wet dog. That is highly disrespectful. You call someone a dirty wet dog and you said they were lying and the person wasn't lying. And you threatened that man and said you were going to sue because they were lying. And then after he proved that he wasn't lying, you came back crashing out. And he said, you're now crashing. I'm not crashing out. I was on tour minding my business. This is the same thing that she did when she was on Spaces Live and she was taking jabs at Nicki consistently. When she went on Spaces Live, she took jabs at Nicki consistently. And Nicki never responded to any of the jabs that Cardi. And I'm not asking you, I'm telling you because I watched many of them. I was on maybe a few lives as well because I was excited for Cardi B finally coming with the next album and I was rooting for her. And when I heard that she was going to finally go on tour, I was rooting for her. But you know what turned me off is because when I went on those Spaces Live, my eyes opened to what the Barbs have been saying all along. Whenever she has something going on, she plays victim. She pulls Nicki Minaj into it. And then when Nicki Minaj claps back at her, she said she'll pretend as though she's innocent. She never went after Nicki and she's this innocent Abby. And I witnessed that for the very first time for myself. When I launched my album, I'm going to outsell bitches and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do that. Did she call Nicki Minaj's name? No, she did not mention Nicki's name. But just, for example, you're talking about Jay-Z, right? You can say, I know this man and, you know, this guy sued him. This guy was claiming that this man was his father and his mother told him so. This man is married to a woman who is known as the queen of hip hop and she is one of the greatest performers of all time since Michael Jackson. You don't need to call Jay-Z's name if you have described everything around Jay-Z. So Cardi B would talk about Nicki in that sense, but she would not call Nicki's name. And then after everything came out and Nicki started now replying to her, she started telling Nicki that when Nicki was a rapper, she was in school and why is Nicki picking on her? And many people believe that Nicki was jealous and in fact picking on her. But because I was on those Spaces Live, and when I didn't get the live, I would get the recordings from those who saved it. I knew she started playing victim because she was throwing jabs and throwing shades at Nicki. And naturally, the Barbs are going to compile the clip and send it to Nicki. And Nicki allowed her to have her way. And when Nicki started clapping back at Cardi B, everyone labeled Nicki to be the one of unsound mind, and Nicki was the problem. And then Cardi B was like, when you were a rapper, I was in school. But you never knew that when you were on Spaces Live, throwing shades and saying that you're going to outperform and outdo and outsell and out all of everything, and you still fail to do every outdo you were going to do. So this case with Alex Bruesewitz is one primary example of such consistent behavior from Cardi B. And then she'll say, why are you picking on me? I was minding my own business on tour. But she was the one who was actually picking on that man because that man never said Cardi B directly. He said Cardi B's affiliate. And Cardi B could have checked before responding to him, and she did not do any checks whatsoever. She proceeded to call that man a dirty wit. So she never even checked with her people. She didn't say to herself, let me scroll down and see what else he has to say. I'm not going to respond to him right now. Let me let this sit a little bit and see if it has any amount of truth to it. And when Bruesewitz came with his receipt and she realized that there's truth to it, but you're not talking about Lil Wayne. They represent Lil Wayne too, but she's not acknowledging the fact that she said she's not affiliated with such people, and she dares him to show evidence that she's affiliated with such people. And he showed evidence that she was affiliated with such people, and she threatened to sue that man and call him a dirty, wet dog. But now Alex Bruesewitz is telling Cardi B, my client didn't do anything wrong, and you threatened to sue him, so let's bring it effing on. Cardi B needs someone to represent her publicly because she's always playing victim and she's not. And then after last night, TMZ released a article today saying that Nicki Minaj is always, what's their wording that they use? But basically what they were saying is that Nicki Minaj is always giving Cardi B a hard time. That is not true. I used to think it was true, and I can tell you it's not true. I've witnessed it for myself that it's not true. If anything, they both throw jabs at each other, but oftentimes Cardi B throws rocks, hides her hands, and pretends as though she has never done anything. And when she gets cornered, why are you picking? She's innocent. Why are you picking on me? I was minding my own, you weren't minding your own business. You weren't, because if you were, you wouldn't have, I was on tour minding. No, you were on the internet trying to get into everything possible and trying to hype up your bird brain nation behind you when you use the word sue, because that's your favorite word. That's your only word. And when you say it, some of your followers, they're like mindless creature. They keep bobbing their head like bobblehead dolls when you say sue. Because in Cardi B's head, she is the only one who has human rights. No one else on the planet has human rights. No one else. Don't even think about it. Don't even think that you have any rights when it comes to Cardi B. Only Cardi B has rights. And she's gonna always sue and she's gonna always win. And she can do anything she wants to anyone, and she completely gets away with it repeatedly. And here's one such other primary example. But that's all I have to share with you guys for this video. We're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.